What is going on, everybody? I am DJ Riley, one of the hosts here for Boys on the Bench. Now, what I have for you today is another Underdog Slip. If you followed along yesterday, I did give you two slips. Not the best of days. Our Underdog Slip ended up going 3 of 5. Did not get anything in return. I also gave you a better slip that was from the AI generated tool. We went 3 of 4 on that. Walked away with a 0.5 multiplier, so we didn't necessarily get our money back, but that's okay. That's the idea of positive EV betting, is that these aren't guaranteed slips, but as long as you're using it with fidelity, and you're putting out volume on volume on volume, then long-term, you will be a profitable sports bettor. It's a process that has been proven to be efficient. So that is what I will be doing for you today. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. So the reason that I am going with Underdog today is because if you look here at Prize Picks, we're not necessarily getting a ton of value. Whenever we're looking at our fair odds percentages, percentage odds to hit, we're needing roughly a 54.3% odds to hit. We are not getting that. We do have a couple of plays above the 54, kind of you can argue 4 plays that are at 54, but we're not going to have a percentage odds to hit above 54.3. So that's why we're having to look at other books in order to make these picks. That's the idea, is like, yes, you're not going to just go in every single time and just throw all 5 of these picks, top 5 picks into a slip, cross your fingers and hope that it hits, right? That's not the idea of this. You want to make sure that you are hitting that threshold using this tool with fidelity. And that's what we're doing today, which is kind of the beauty of this AI generated slip. This is exactly what I've used. These are the players that I've had in order to make this slip for you today, right? So if you wanted a link to this, a quick tell link, that is in the description below. As always, kind of showing you how this tool works is the purpose of this video. Now, if you wanted this slip, you could either get it from the description below, or you can get it on my X profile, where I post all of those slips 100% free. You can get there through DJ_boysOTB, or as well finding the link in the description below as well. So anyways, though, let's look back at what Daily Grind Fantasy is giving us. Dalton Varsho is the first one on this list, but I kind of wanted to start with the top guy just because I saw him at the top. That's this Detroit play, and we'll kind of talk about why that's in this lineup. So we can see here that this Detroit guy for the CS2, he is kind of leading this off. Whenever we're creating these 6-man slips, however, it gets a little bit different. Our math, whenever we're creating 5 and 6 on Prize Picks, it needs to be a 54.3. Whenever we're creating a 6-leg on Underdog, it just needs to be a 53.8, which is kind of an industry leading in terms of DFS and what we're looking for fair odds percentage. The reason that it's like that is because 6-leg parlays on Underdog is, if we go 6 of 6, it's a 25x payout. 5 is a 2.5, and then if we go 4 of 6, it is a 0.4 payout. Whereas the only difference is with Prize Picks is that if we go 5 of 6, we only get 2. So that's kind of the difference. Is Prize Picks gives us 2, and then Underdog gives us 2x. Everything else is kind of the same, meaning that that fair odds percentage can drop a little bit because we can make a little bit more money if we only go 5 of 6. So this Detroit guy here, looking for him to go under 29.5 maps, 1 through 2 kills. That's the reason, because Hot Streak is 2 points less, and they are heavily juicing this line at minus 161. So this is a great threshold for us in order to go under that 50, or go over that 54.3. So definitely take this Detroit. You can kind of do that with any of these. If you wanted to create multiple slips, do not overexpose this Detroit guy. If you wanted to use him, and then the next slip, if you wanted to create a whole new one, use this hoax guy in the next slip, right? And they're also on the same team, so you'd have some correlation there, or negative correlation probably, which would not give you the same payout, which is also not what you want. So anyways, though, let's look at the next guy that we had. That's LeBron James going over 20.5, or let's go Dalton Varsho and then LeBron James. So Dalton Varsho, probably want to see if we can find him somewhere up in here. So here's the LeBron James play over 20.5. We can see that 3 books are currently offering lines on this. 2 books are coming in at 21.5, giving us a 1-point edge, whereas the 1 book offering it at 20.5 is favoring it slightly at minus 120. So that's why we're seeing that at 53.94. But again, remember, when we're looking at these 6-leg parlays, All we're needing is just that 53.8 and above, which is exactly what we want. So let's go look. Where is Dalton Varsho? So he's a little bit further down, but that's okay, right? We can go under that 53.8 because we had that Detroit guy at 58 roughly, giving us a lot of room to work with. So we can go here, Dalton Varsho, over 0.5 total bases. All of these books are on it, going at least 130 or above. We're getting average juice of minus 136. We're getting it at minus 116 currently on Underdog if you throw it in a 6-leg parlay, which is really good for us. So that's three of our 6 picks there as well. Now, let's see what else we have here. It's Rowdy Tellez, Luis Arias. Let's go there. Look at what they had for us. Luis Arias. Didn't remember seeing him. There's Rowdy Tellez. It's the same exact thing. And honestly, it looks like it's pretty much the same across the board as the Dalton Varsho play, which is why they're coming in at roughly the same. We have slightly different odds on just this book here, but we're getting 53.35 as opposed to 53.4, which is really good for us, right? Go down a little bit more, right? Luis Arias, we have this play here as well. And again, don't get torn up by this beat red play. You want to look for multiple books with multiple data points whenever you're creating this. So I know that the Detroit guy, I only had the one, but this Knicks guy, I wouldn't necessarily take this. It's only a 1.5 point edge, and it's not as heavily favored from this book, right? So that's a play that I kind of want to stay from whenever I'm creating this. Josh Rojas was another play, over 0.5 total bases. Again, the exact same as all of these other ones. So anyways, that's kind of the idea, but that's the beauty of this is you want to use this in volume. So if I'm looking to create another slip, a 6-leg slip, what I would do is probably start with this hoax guy, see what I can do with there, giving us a 56.82, plenty of room to work with. That's kind of 3 percentage points that we get to work with just as our starting point. So then I can scroll down, kind of looking for multiple data points. We can immediately throw Dylan Brooks in if you have not used him in a previous slip. I have. I've also used this Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in another slip as well, but these two guys in the same slip would be fantastic for you. Depending on the correlation, they may not let you do it. You probably only be able to do one because they're on the same team of Canada. So go with Dylan Brooks, and then maybe that's, again, you can go back up to the next guy, Tomate, and then go ahead and throw in the Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. So anyways, though, that's the idea with this whenever you're creating these slips is see how many you can fire off. It's all about bankroll management as well. You can't just go out there and double your units, triple your units. This one's got to hit. That's not the name of the game. You don't know which one's going to hit, but you have to do it in bulk with hitting that threshold, whichever slip you are making. So anyways, though, guys, that's what I have for you today. If you are looking for that link that I just created today, it's in the description below. If you are looking for other slips throughout the day, make sure you're following me on X. That's also in the description below. Anyways, though, let's have a great Tuesday, and I will see y'all tomorrow.